Today is 24th of September. Market trade on the average bar down 22 points to close at 2458. Now the support here at 2478 was broken 3 days ago, followed by a 1 bar throwback. Today managed to make another low. Now this break is not very convincing because they are narrow range bar, unlike bar like this, which is actually wide range bar. So I'd like to see the next few days whether there's follow through. Now the support here right now become a resistance, 2478. More significant resistance is at this level here at about 2515. The more significant support here is at 2400. So these are the levels we like to watch. So most of the stock are actually targeting the trading range. Let's take a look at some of the stock we'll be discussing. This is UG Healthcare. Today a trade come entitlement. There is a share split 3-for-1. Close on this high. Notice actually there's no trend at this moment. It's actually stuck in a trading range. There is the slope is actually flat. The stock actually managed to bounce off the support here. So this is actually part of a big consolidation patterns. So there's no trend at this point in time. This is reverse stones. Has weakened quite significantly after this gap down, and there was this severe sell down with high volume. And again at the support level it managed to bounce off. These are actually weak bar. Again, we'd like to see how it actually turn out. Eventually look for opportunity to actually short the stocks here. So remember, this is a high volume bars, provide some kind of resistance going forward. Top gloves. Now there are recommendations in some quarters to accumulate or to buy the shares, but notice the volatility here has increased quite significantly. So it's actually not worth the efforts. Notice we have a gap, but followed by a very deep corrections, and right now this is a counter attack. Whatever the case may be, this is a very obvious overhead resistance. So we rather wait for this to be taken out before we like to actually trade on the long side. Now just take note that most of the medical stock has weakened quite significantly, despite some movements today. This is Mentec. Notice we have a gap up today. After a severe sell down yesterday, we have a gap up, and today we trade inside bar low volume. So this is just a rest day. Alright, but again you notice wide range bars, overhead wire bars. This is a very significant resistance, and you have also biolitic. So again, these are just one bar move, doesn't indicate there's a likelihood in a change in the trend. So notice again today we have a strong move, but it is still part of a trading range. Likewise for clear bridge. So this stocks are best leave alone. Alright, notice actually we have a strong bar, but actually it's part of a trading range. So some of the stock like reverse stones is probably a better stock to watch to short. Likewise for top gloves, if it eventually roll over. Manufacturing stock likewise experiencing weakness. This is AAMs. We have a gap down sometime back, and if you remember mentioning, this is the support levels, and it actually bounce off. And you notice over here it tend to mirror this pattern here on this side. And again, if you actually break on the downside, it may well start in the trend range over here. So at this point in time, this stock is not tradable, even for short as well, because of the support region here. Nevertheless, we like to actually see what happens. If we can break below this level here, it will be very good opportunity for us to short. Now we see that quite similarly in Frankens. They are actually at the support level, so it becomes tricky. So but notice this is the support we're talking about. So again, unless we have a convincing break, likewise for UMS. Pretty obvious here, you can see. This become a support for any downward move. High P. This is perhaps the weaker stocks. Notice very directional move, and we have a reaction right now. Now this is a contraction setups. The low here it's at 104. So I'd like to look for a break below 104. Notice 1326 are more directional compared to the others manufacturing stocks.